North Korea has built islands containing secret military facilities to launch nuclear missiles without its enemies' knowledge. A total of 5 islands are now being used to house the facilities in the bay surrounding the city of Sahi, which is the Hermit Kingdom's main missile development and testing site. Some of the islands are natural, while others have been constructed, Damon Cook, lead research associate for geopolitical analysis group, Strategic Sentinel revealed. Dubbed the Sahi Islands by the group, he said the North Koreans may be using the islands as alternative launch pads as global intelligence agencies find out more and more about the main facility in Sahi. Writing in The Diplomat, he said, as Sahi's target value rises, the North Korean military may be dispersing its assets into nearby facilities. Firing exclusively from Sahi's resident Tongchang Ri launch facility during wartime would be a dangerously predictable, amateurish mistake. But constructing island launch sites would buck the common and cost-effective practices of building remote transporter erector launcher telephone pads hidden between mountains. The empty patches of land on the islands could feasibly be used to launch nuclear ballistic missiles, he said. He added, these empty lots could plausibly accommodate a North Korean ballistic missile and the telephone it rode in on. These tells, those vehicles so frequently touted in North Korean military parades, ballistic missiles stacked neatly on top, could disperse from their shelters and onto these various islands during times of heightened tension. These latest images were taken in December 2016, with Mr. Cook saying some features on the islands would not make them an optimum place for some of North Korea's missile launchers, and some of the structures do not appear to have any blast shield protecting them. However, he said the construction projects could have been completed in the intervening time. Mr. Cook added, the DPRK knows that during a war, firing exclusively from well-known sites like Sahi's resident Tongchang Ri launch facility would be a dangerous mistake. Most of North Korea's launch pads are located in between remote mountains all across the country, making it nearly impossible for its enemies to stop a ballistic missile strike in one go. The geopolitical expert said, if the United States and its allies launched a full-scale assault on all known North Korean military targets and somehow managed to strike all targets nearly simultaneously except one, the consequences could be thoroughly devastating. Just one lonely tell, hiding deep in the mountains, or on an island near Sahi, could launch a nuclear-tipped Nodong missile at Seoul or Tokyo and instantly cripple a U.S. ally. It is this concern that kept the Kim regime alive during the Obama administration. Building launch pads on the islands would be more expensive and less secure than having them on mountains, but North Korea's ability to carry out second strikes is preserved almost exclusively by the secrecy surrounding their missile storage and launch sites. Mr. Cook said there is still not enough available information to determine exactly what the new islands are for, but they most likely will be using them in a military capacity. He added, without question, key ICBM components will continue to be tested at Sahi, whether from an island or the Tongchang Ri launch facility on the mainland. The city is rising in strategic importance as North Korea focuses more and more of its efforts on mastering intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM) technology. In fact, if North Korea follows through on its recent pseudo-threat to test a new missile every week, all eyes will be turning to Sahi very soon.